Chat and Sassy. Yeah, that one. Where's all my buddies and all my subscribers and friends and all my pretty girlfriends? Where's everybody? It's 87 degrees, but 62% humidity. It feels more like it's in the 90s. Fun, fun, fun. Is everybody having a good time out there? Who's going to be first in the chat room today? That's what I need to know. Is it going to be a man or a woman? I eagerly wait and anticipate who will be the first one in the chat. Who's on first? Who's on second? Wow, it's dead. Is there really nobody? 2 people are watching. That's it? 2 people? Where's all the people? 1 person watching. Nobody chatting. Can anybody hear me? 0 people watching. Strange. Isn't this fun? Dollar Tree chips, baby. They're fun to eat. There must be nobody there. Nobody? We'll wait a few minutes and see if anybody shows up before I abort this video. Oh, look! Hello, Bubba. How are you? You doing okay? On a Sunday? Can anybody hear me? Oh, good. Oh, thank you, Bubba. Not in the chats. They were leaving comments on the videos. Nobody was doing it in the chat. Because I promise you, everybody in chat would have pounced on them. I'm confident in my chat crowd. They would definitely jump on that. This is a real YouTube community here. We got men and women that are tired of it, and they will say something. I've been blessed. Now, they leave their little chicken scratch comments on there with no face and no way to track them, you know, directly. It's all part of their sad little game. They could, but nothing seems to deter them. I think the best thing that could happen is if somebody shows up at their front door and says, "Hey, tough guy, how'd you like a free ride in a patrol car?" A free ride in the back of a police car. Wow. Absolutely, Bubba. Fire away. What happens your way to the on your way to the marketplace? Trying to get a parking place. The other guy was in the wrong lane. I guess he kept flipping me off and he was real angry. Really? So what happened? You took a parking spot and he thought you took it from him, or what happened? Tell you, put a bunch of pinheads in cars and it just goes to hell fast. You notice that? You hate puzzles, Maria? No, 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 no. Maria, puzzles are my sanity. I love puzzles and I cannot lie. How are you, Maria? The cops showed up at my door. Now, wait a minute. What did the cops say? The other guy called on you? I don't understand what you did wrong. You're driving and somebody flipped you off. What? That's good, Maria. Tell me what happened. Why does the cop show at your door? So obviously the other guy took your license plate. What's up with that racket? Wow. So what was all this pushing over? Did you honk at him because he was coming the wrong way? I mean, what made him get so bent where he was flipping you off? And isn't that funny? He started it, got his glass knocked off, and he calls Poe. That's the problem. People think they dish it out, but they can't take it. Unbelievable. Hi, Tina Jones. How are you? That's crazy, man. I hope nothing comes of that. It shouldn't. I mean, it shouldn't, but you never know. I'm sorry that happened. Mrs. Jones. Oh my gosh, here comes Jillian calling me rascal again. Hi, Ladybug. How are you? Hello, Carol. Maria, you're in Texas, right? Is it hot down there? So he honked and flipped you off. And he shoves you. So the cop took a statement. Did he give you a ticket? Did he do anything? That's why people are getting dash cams, because of stuff like this. I'll tell you what. It's amazing how the person who's doing all the wrong things is the one that starts all the trouble. Like Karen behind the wheel. That's insane. Ooh, right there. Look. Thank you, Ethan. Yeah, we won't talk about that now. I vented my spleen. Look, I'm getting progress on this puzzle, man. I'm doing the pond with the fishies. Fishies, Jillian. Have you ever heard the word fishies? Rascals say fishies. Fish-ease. Man, I remember when I was a kid. You know, when you're a kid, you say ducky, fishy, puppy, doggy, kitty. Why do they put IES to everything? Mommy, look at all the fishies. You say fishies? That sounds fishy. I'm gonna have to turn you into the Irish government and tell them you're saying fishy. Really? You give me a try. I've been around a lot of accents, honey bunch of oats. A lot. In fact, I had a girlfriend years ago who had a problem with Comcast, which is the TV and the internet out here. And she said, Michael, I can't understand these guys and I'm having a problem. I said, tell me what the problem is, I'll call them. Well, it just so happens I got a Filipino who's talking like this, and da, 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 da. And I had him on speaker and she goes, how'd you understand him? I said, I was around the Filipinos. She goes, man, you handled that well. I said, yep. I complimented him, said I love the Philippines, and he helped me with the problem. Did you notice that? I said, Americans get rude to foreigners, and it just makes them dig their heels in. They farmed out all the call centers to overseas. So you got to be nice if you want your stuff taken care of. You have ADHD? Really? You don't like your accent? I would love to hear your accent. That's why you needed to get on Discord and leave me a message. I didn't know they had what is it? ADHD in Ireland. I thought that only existed in America. Everybody's claiming a disability over here. Everybody. I'm going to come in and say I have stress, lack of management syndrome. I need a check from the government. I need help. Hi, Greg. Do you? Well, we might get along good. That means you're high energy and hyper like me, right? You put that Irish accent in there and I would have a fun day. Really sheepish. Are you serious? A red pen sets somebody off. Now I have triggers, but wow. People that wear dress barn clothes is a trigger. They probably, see, the cop isn't there if he didn't have any bodily damage. And, you know, they'd have to take, that's a he said, she said. Very hard to prove it. Now, if you were living in the same house and, you know, you had a scuffle and anybody got a scratch on them, they could claim something. But that's a he said, she said. I think you're out of the woods. I'll bet you next time he'll watch how he's driving. Unless he was in a pissy mood and was out there looking for a fight. But there's a lot of people in America do that. They're angry, so they look for a fight. They love to pick a fight. Crazy. Wow, sheepish, I did not know that. I did not know that at all. I mean, as a school bus driver, we were made aware of a lot of things. Denver used to have the IEP, they called it. And bus drivers needed to know certain things, like if we had special needs kids, if they had ADD, ADHD, all that, we had to know that stuff so that we knew how to deal with them. You're not going to handle them the way I'd handle normal general ed students. There are people that they have to have a toy that they squeeze or something, you know, their comfort zone. Bubba, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I try to walk away from trouble when I can. People threaten me now out there, and it doesn't happen. What I've learned to do, and what I would do, next time you're out in traffic and something happens, don't react. Hold your phone up and hit the camera, hit the video, and just start rolling. Just hold it up. Don't point, just hold it up in the windshield. That usually works. That usually, you get some knuckleheads that doesn't matter. But that usually works. They're like, oh crap, he's recording me. Let him act like a complete buffoon. If a cop's question you, say, would you like to see this? I got a nice little action-packed movie for you. Really sheepish. See, you're teaching me something. I got at the flea market, Munder. You masked it. I look at that face and that red hair, and I just have a feeling that if you and I got together, we'd be going all night long. That means you have energy, girl. I could still out-talk you at 60. The guy was flipping him off before, I don't know if you were in the room when he started telling the story. He's trying to park in a parking space. Somebody come down the thing the wrong way and starts laying on the horn and flipping him the bird. He gets out of his car, the other guy gets out and shoves him. Bubba shoves him back, his glasses fly off. He goes and calls the police, and the police showed up at his place. They tracked his plate down. Guy claiming he goes assaulted. Police probably didn't do anything because there was no scars or damage. But I have learned in Colorado, when there's road rage, the first person who calls, that's the one they're going to take serious. I know a guy, he drove for UPS, and I'd see him at the rec center. He's driving his car out to UPS in Commerce City, and some woman was doing something in traffic. He'd go to pass her, and she'd speed up. And I don't know what happened. He wasn't playing with her, but I guess he got so, and then she'd slow down. And it's the interstate. So I don't know if he got on the shoulder and just zipped around her on the right. She called it in and said road rage. He got a ticket. There was no video, no camera. The cops gave him a ticket. I'm like, wow, nobody was there to see it. How does that work? You got to see what these people do down here. Oh my gosh. No fear. I try to keep cool in my truck. Hi, Heather, how are you? Well, let's get together and let's have a powwow, baby. You and me. All night long. All night. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? By the end of the evening, you'll be going, Michael, you need to run Ireland. Let's do it. Give me a visa. I'll get voted in. I don't know. I don't know what the Irish boys would think of me over there. They might not like me. But I wouldn't mind experiencing Ireland, especially the countryside. It's so beautiful. Life of Heather, how are you? You've been to the U.S. Where were you in the U.S. and what were you here for? How long ago? Wait a minute. Starmer's not over Ireland. He's not the Prime Minister of Ireland, is he? Boy, that sounds like I need an education if he is. I thought he was the PM of England. Starmer's a clown. You need to tell him that the circus went out years ago and clowns are not being hired anymore. That's good, Heather. We had great weather today for a change, and it's to carry on. Oh, got you, Shauna. I did not know that. How is it that Northern Ireland is under British? Well, Heather, come laugh with me. Like the lazy ocean hugs the shore, sway me once, sway me more. The other dancers may be on the floor. I probably have ADD too. I wouldn't doubt it. Clowns to the left, jokers to the right. Here I am. Wow, no wonder Scotland's having problems. Can we buy Starmer a pogo stick that's shaped like this? Can we do that? You can bounce around on that all day. Sorry, that's very base, I know, but you know what? I'm getting tired of these people that are just wrecking balls. and have no balls and want to ruin everything. I'm Irish, but I wasn't born over there, but I would totally encourage Ireland to be run the way Ireland's supposed to be run. He is evil. Well, thank you, Heather. I'm glad you came in. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay cool. It's 87 with 61% humidity in Augusta right now. Ooh, did I find the ladies? Okay, what's going on here? I gotta straighten this out. There we go. There's the lady's hand. Trying to build a Chinese woman over here. Somebody want to give me a hand? $17 Celsius, what does that translate to in Fahrenheit? Shoot. I don't know if I should come and see you. Starmer might kidnap me and make me an example. Go ahead, put me in a dang British prison. I'll jump up and down and make all kinds of noise. I'll rattle the bars. He'll let me out just because he doesn't want to hear it anymore. Wouldn't that be fun? $62. Honey, it's 73 when I wake up. The other day it was 77, almost 80 degrees in the morning. 2 in the morning. I'm like, really? Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. If you ever come to the USA again, you need to pencil Georgia in. Oh my gosh, I'd be so giddy to see somebody from Ireland, Jillian, fly into the airport, and she would be like, wow. That would be fun. I think the first thing I'd do is just look at her and she'd go, rascal. And we just start bust up laughing. Oh, really? Trump will resign as PM. Bye, Felicia. Don't let the door hit you on the butt on the way out. I'll even give you complimentary rainbow-colored panties for you. Bye-bye. Stay away from political office. Forever. Okay, so who votes? Are the people of the UK tired of it? Are they going to change? Are they going to vote in intelligence? Tell Ireland to give me an honorary visa. They give me there, I'll run. Right now. You want woke? I'll show you woke. All these illegals are out. I want Irish culture back. I want British culture back. I want bagpipes and kilts. And all these other clowns, get out. Free boat rides out. Free boat rides. Sign up for free boat rides. No return tickets. What is Frederick hate crimes? I'm ignorant on that. Shoot. Tell me again, how old are you, if it's okay, or how young are you? How old are you? You live in a zoo. You smell like a monkey. And you look like one, too. Remember when we used to sing that at birthday parties? Hey, Aiden, how are you? 42 years old. A young, pretty one, huh? My. That would be rather fun. I'm a gentleman, though. I wouldn't molest you or anything. That's not who I am. I might stare intrusively. Every time you call me rascal, I'll stare. How's that? Staring is okay, right? Why does this go to that? You got a piece of the wrong. Nope, I don't go there. $54, but I look 25. Who's old? Who you saying's old? Better be careful. Don't be calling me old. I look young for my age, and you know it. Do you call me old, rascalette? If I'm a rascal, I'm going to call you rascalette. Why is my hair in the middle of the puzzle? My hair's finally growing long again. That's awesome. Oh, I was gonna say, you call me old. You come here to see me, and when you're asleep, I'll put warm water on your fingers so you pee the bed. They say that works. I don't know. I've never tried it. Only 10 people in here? What's up with that? Sunday, man, everybody's sitting in front of an air conditioner or whatever. They're just not in chat. What is this? Oh, it doesn't go there. Hot in Oklahoma. Hello, G Money. I know, I'm just teasing you. Really, Bubba? I can't stay out of the sun here. But I don't allow myself to get scorched. My shoulders got a teeny bit tanned yesterday, mowing the yard. Wow, come on, man. I remember Yahoo Messenger used to have that little thing. Oh man, that makes me want to take a shower. It was so funny. Yeah, we do. Lobster skin. Sheepish, right here. Got most of the house done on both the palace or the temple and the house, whatever that other thing is. Working on the koi pond. I love the Japanese scenery. It's so fun. It's pleasing to look at all this green stuff. Thank you, G Money. I like it. Puzzles are good for me. If she calls me rascal, I'll make her do a jigsaw puzzle while she's here. Oh, you rascally webbit. Who used to say that? Elmer Fudd. Well, I've been out in the weather. You know, I lived in Minnesota with the 50 below zero. That does take its toll on you. Where is... That ain't gonna work. No, that's a chair, that's why. Really? You're Henri, aren't you? Wow. No, I have all the signs of being out in the elements. That's just the way it is. 42 years old and she's still pretty. Imagine that. All these flowers and trees are gonna get difficult. See, I like a wide variety of music. I like some Mexican music, that cumbia. I like that Norwegian synthesizer stuff that I found last night for my sunset video. That was awesome. That was a hit. People liked that. Let me just touch your cheeks gently and your face will feel so good. It'll go back 20 years. Ooh, I never felt a touch like that before. So they think you're a woman. Because your skin is youthful. That ought to be in the book, 101 Ways How to Tell You're Ignorant. People do that. That's right. Rascal, you called me that again. You're out of control, girl. Interesting. I've never heard of that, to be honest with you. That's interesting. Or as we would say in Spanish, muy interesante. Ooh, I know where that goes. Right? Look at that. I knew it. If it doesn't fit, you have to quit. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. Hey, one of the gangsters in the mafia was called Babyface. Babyface, you gotta knock off that bank. All right, Guido, I got it. But don't screw it up. Ah, but stereotyping, some people, they know how to do it well, sadly. And they don't even have a stereo. Or a typewriter. That goes, nope, that doesn't go there. Not at all. That one does. Okay, hurry back, rascalette. Rascal. I have not been called a rascal since I was a kid by grandma. What's this? No. Da, 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 da. This is a tree. And where does this go? You so are a rascal. What is the definition of a rascal? Can somebody look that up for me, please? Hi, Amy. How are you? Thank you. And I do, you know. People get all bent. You don't see me coming on to the guys. You don't see me acting fruity. A guy cannot give me what I need. They may think they can, but no, cannot. Not my cup of tea. Reeds, baby. Reeds. Ooh. All right, why is that thing chirping? I replaced the battery in that thing. This is dumb. That means without pickup. This is crazy. You can't build too much of it and drag it. These pieces aren't Loctite pieces. Oh, this is stupid. There we go. Is that what it says? Hey, how are you, Huckleberry? Hello, Indy, Dr. Indy. Hi, Danola. No, that's the air conditioner. And it's blowing cold air on me right here. It's actually keeping the house cool without running for 5 hours like last week. And I can't believe it was such a simple fix. But it cost me, that fix cost me more than all of summer's electrical bills combined. That's just the way it is. That sucks. That's why I want to live in Scotland or something. Live in a place where I don't need air conditioner. Ever. The Highlands. Live up in the high places. That's all right. Just the humdrum of life. How are you? What do you got it set at? And how old is it? You own your house, Danola? They changed the capacitor and added 1 pound of the refrigerant. And who knows how long it's been like that. The capacitor started getting weaker. It was freezing on the drip line in the bathroom. And I noticed my bedroom was cold, the rest of the house wasn't so cool. Now, it's blowing ice cold air out of the vents. And the guy even measured it. He said, yours is showing 56 degrees and a new one is 55. So he says, you're doing good. I'm like, right on. Takes the thermometer and sticks it up in the vent. 70, that might be why. House poorly insulated. What's your temperature outside and what's the humidity? Got to remember, these houses were not insulated good. People don't realize in the South, insulation is not just for winter. It's also for summer. The same insulation that keeps the cold out also keeps the heat out. And that's no joke. Hey, Og, I got a joke for you. Yeah, mine's central. Is yours a window unit? How much they charge for the roof and how many square feet is your place? My roof that I did was, what was it, 7,900 or 8,300? But the insurance covered it with Helene. I don't remember what I paid for the brand new one that I had put on in 2020. Somewhere around there. They had to replace a lot of wood though. Central. So, Jillian, how do you catch a unique elephant? And if anybody knows the answer, don't say. Well, thank you for that, Danola. It's taken a lot of work. How do you catch a unique elephant, Jillian? I can hear the gears turning in her brain. You know it? Don't be looking it up on Google. You better not be cheating. That's why she's quiet. She's looking on Google for the answer. Don't be cheating on me. You know I don't tolerate cheaters. No, that's ridiculous. How do you catch a unique elephant? Unique up on him. A little over 1,800 square foot. I spent 13,000 total. Wow, that seems high. What state are you in? That's significantly high. Did they have to replace any wood or decking? That's where the cost will eat you up. If they have rot from leaks, they will replace it, but it costs. When I bought this house, they had to replace a lot of wood because it leaked for a long time and they just let it leak. Where does this piece go? Wow. You have 10 acres. Gee, did you get it? My Wi-Fi is a slug. That's cute, G. That's cute. When we sway, I go weak. Wow, wow, wow. Hi, Vanessa. 70 might be a little too low, Janola, and that's why it's running. What's your outside temp and your humidity? You might have told me, but I didn't see it. It's just going to keep running because it'll never reach temperature. That's the bad news. Long before it begins. Why is that damn thing chirping? That's stupid. Is it this one? Pay attention to that. I just replaced the batteries. That ain't even right. Unless the battery sat in the store too long. How do you catch a northern Irish pigeon? That's cute, but I have no idea. Oh, you got a Spanish tile? Now that's going to cost a pretty penny. I love Spanish tile roofs. If you don't get hail, those things last forever. I tell you what, if I lived out west, Spanish tile's the way to go because the sun don't bake it and it don't break it. Spanish tile's beautiful. Love Spanish tile. I would not mind having a stucco adobe home. like they have down in New Mexico, and the ones with the 2-foot thick walls with the rafters coming out. Those are beautiful homes. I don't like these new modern boxes. They really are just gross. Most homes that are built today are just crap. Crap wood, plastic siding. They're thrown together and they're crap. Crap here and crap there, and everywhere crap. Climb like a tree and act like a little fresh. What am I going to do with you? Huh? Hi, Scarlett. How are you? And thank you for that. Vanessa, it is 4:42 Eastern Standard Time. East Coast time. Denola's right above me. Cruella's right below me. And Rascalette is all the way that way and up north of me. All the way across the Atlantic Ocean. That ain't right. Five hours ahead. Oh, so you are an hour behind me. Wait a minute, are you in Western Tennessee? Uh-oh, she's making a phone call. Better not be calling no lover now. Don't be calling no men. Bubba, I'm with you. I know. This time last year, I was running some long hair. I miss it. I'm not going to lie. I've had a lot of women tell me they like my hair shorter, but I've been going through some withdrawal because of this. I'm suffering PTSD for cutting my hair. That stuff is real, man. Now what is this? Only 7 miles, really? Are you near Murfreesboro? You told me once already and I forgot. That's bad. Murfreesboro. Wow, you probably got to pour a lot of water on it, though, living in Arizona. I want to show you something. I'm going to get up out of my chair because I have to start my supper. Anybody want to come eat with me? Woman can have free dinner as long as she gives me smooches afterwards. How about that? No strings attached. Smooches. Well, thank you for that. Welcome back, Cotter. Welcome back. Remember Welcome Back, Cotter, the TV show? Rascal. Rascal. What is making the noise? And only hear it once in a blue moon. Murfreesboro, okay. So, Bubba, let me show you something. What the heck are you living in a $500,000 property for? You must have made good money. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. No watering required. God waters it all. I have no sprinkler system here. I don't waste hose water on this. My water bill is $58 a month, just for me. I don't take Hollywood showers. I take a bathtub with 3 inches of water in it every day. Because of my shower, I don't let it run in that bathroom. It'll run on the windowsill. In the other bathroom, I got to caulk it and finish it off. Then I can use the shower in there. I can use the tub, but I don't want it spraying on the wall. But this is all just the rain we've been having. And this is the way the yard looks. But the grass has advanced further to the north this year. It's filling in all the bald spots because I had that oak cut out 2 years ago. And the grass is going further south because I cut all this back. So I love it. I can just mow this whole yard. I mow in here, I mow all that poison ivy. Nothing gets a chance to grow. Oh my gosh, Vern is funny. Know what I mean, Vern? You know, that guy started out doing commercials for Arizona in Phoenix, and he was a hoot. Then he did those Ernest Goes to Camp movies and all that stuff. That was funny. There we go. We need to sing down there. That's better. Dr. Otto. I'm in Georgia, Bubba. I thought you knew. Look what I did. Hey, Rascalette. I put some lace that I had over this thin window. I like that. That is really cool. It mutes it. I can still see out, but nobody can just look in and spy. And I like it because it's not so light in the hall. It's light enough where I can see. I put that up this morning because the sun was blazing in there. I'm like, I don't like that. I like privacy. No, they don't. Nope, they don't, Bubba. That's one thing I'll say. When you own your house and I moved in, nobody's bothered me here. Bless God and praise his name. Why did my calendar fall on the floor? I think I shut the closet door too hard and it fell off the thumbtack. The head's broken on it. Oh my gosh. This is the time of year I don't do any painting at all. I have got to put my calendar back up. What in the... Where's the head of my thing? June, July. I got this cool calendar from work. Now where is the green thing? There it is. It always falls off. I pushed the thumbtack in one day and the plastic head broke off. And I just put the head back over the tack. That's not a garden though. There's no garden. That's just lawn. All that is grass. It's crabgrass. And I love it because it advances. It grows these little, what do you call it? Runners. No, we went back to red last election, but the Biden one, it swung blue. And that's because of Atlanta is turning all BLACK. And I'm not being racist, but when they get a majority of them, we start swinging. And they just don't know how to vote down here. They voted in a guy named Raphael Warnock, and I cannot stand him. That guy is evil. He hates Jews and he hates whites. And they complain about all this racism against them, but he has uttered statements in the media and out loud against Israel and Jews and crazy. 63. You're older than me, Danola. Wow. Yeah, I'm becoming more centered because I'm meeting people come on my channel that support Trump, and some of them are buttholes. There are some butthole Trump supporters. And we have to come to reckon with that. I voted for Trump. That doesn't mean that everybody that voted for Trump is of any good. Oh, that feels so good. Yes, thank you. I guess so, Danol. She's from Ireland. I just learned today. I did not know that Northern Ireland was part of that. How did they do that? How the UK pull that off? But funguses abound. Who's strawberry shortcake? Danola, he got it, Scarlett. He disappointed me too. Going to war with Iran, I'm not happy about that. He's not paying attention to Iran. He's not paying attention that was a bunch of foolishness. Chicken. Nah. Let's do this. My old standby food. Never eaten this before. I love having regulars, man. I get to know y'all, and I think that's cool. We got our little community here, and I think it's fun. Starting to feel like we're all like family. Yeah, the humidity's up, the temperature's up, and I notice things working a little harder today. We call yards gardens. Got it. Really? Hello, Drumming. How are you? If you go down to Louisiana, they don't have counties, they have parish. When I was driving through Louisiana, I remember reading about that years ago. When I drove through in 2019, it'd say parish, P-A-R-I-S-H. Augusta's 53% African American. People have gotten used to seeing me. I have, people I said, you got a couple kinds of blacks here. You got the blacks that are laid back and chill. They just want to live their lives. Then you got the more vociferous ones. And you got rough areas of town. I live in an edgy neighborhood. But most of the bull crap that takes place is them against each other. You stay out of the drugging and the drug trafficking, and they don't bother me. They don't, I have nothing to do with that. Hello, Bucketta. How are you? What's humid? I'm teasing you, Dinhola. It's very humid. Is that like hummus? Humus? I think you're right, no one. I mean, here you see a lot of black on black violence because they're the majority. And most of it's over stupid crap. Just let it go. The humidity is terrible today. Humidity. Why do they call it a hysterectomy? Isn't it a hersterectomy? And why is a period called a period? It should be an exclamation point. I'm having my period. Period. Wow, that water's cold coming out of there. That's good. When I had the pipes in the attic for the water last year, ooh, boy. Come home when it's 100 degrees, you turn on the tub water, even the cold water is 130, and you're like, woo, and it takes a minute to clear all those lines. But I redid all the plumbing and nothing's running through the attic, so it's now house temperature. But there was a mistake made when we hooked up. I ran my lines, but I crisscrossed them. I thought I had the cold going over to the cold behind the tub, and you hook up to the tub and it feeds into the toilet and the bathroom sink. Well, now we got the cold water is hot on the tub, the cold water is hot on the sink, and the toilet is now a hot water toilet. So I just want everybody to know I have the only hot water toilet in Augusta, Georgia. When you stay at Mike Nelson Inn, you have a custom hot water toilet. Jeez. I can change it, but I just haven't done it yet. I just need to get in there. I had them hook into the old metal pipes behind the tub because I didn't want them to have to redo all that. All I need to do is run a jog from the one to the other. Problem solved. What a pain in the butt. Come stay at the beautiful Ocean Park Resort in Augusta, where you have your own hot water toilet bowl. Jeez. All right, drumming, hurry back. Hello, Linda. How are you? It's the tank that heats up. It's not really a pain in the butt. See, you guys can look up stuff when I'm actually hosting the chat. I can't. Somebody look up the temperature for Augusta, Georgia. I don't know if it feels good, but you can feel the heat a little bit, you know, in the bathroom. Like, I'll be at the little sink next to it, and I can feel the warm coming off the tank. Oh, cold toilet seat sucks. That sucks. What I hate is using the workplace toilet seat. There's some people go in there and they get pee and poo stains on the seat. I'm like, come on, people. How do you poop on the seat? That stuff, I have no tolerance for that. Grown men. I went into a bathroom at the middle school here when I was driving the bus. I went to the cafeteria and it was the bathroom that the food workers use. It said, clean the toilet after you're done. You're a grown ASS man and look at yourself. If you can't clean up after yourself, then use the outside. I'm like, now that's funny. I took a picture of it and posted it on Facebook. Everybody's like, is that really in the public school restroom? I said, yeah, that's with the food service workers. 89. I thought I was getting close to 90. I don't think it's a medical issue. We're all fat. We're all warehouse workers. Somebody just missing. Wow, that's crazy, Bubba. Man, in Denver schools, we had if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and clean the seedy. That's what it said in the men's bathroom. If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and clean the seedy. That's terrible. That's a commentary on a place when grown people can't use the bathroom properly. That's stupid. That's right. Oh yeah. Especially when I was at transportation here. There was a woman, I would clean the bathrooms during COVID. My supervisor said, Mr. Nelson, you're so good at cleaning. Come in a half an hour early and clean the bathrooms and wipe all the handrails and everything down. And I'd wipe the lead driver's desk down with the COVID spray. And there was a woman. She'd come into the bathroom and pee and get that. You know, when your pee's real yellow, it tells you don't have any drinking enough water. Every time after she went out there, I finally found out who it was. So I cleaned the bathroom. Somebody come and say, Mike, did you clean this? I said, yeah. Mike, there's pee on the seat. I'm like, man, I just cleaned that. So I'd watch who was going in there. And it was one woman. And every time she went in there, she tinkled on the seat. That yellow pee. And I finally figured out. I didn't say anything because what are you going to do? You know what? That's a good idea, Linda. That's funny, Danola. Nate, oh my gosh, I was wondering if you were okay. What were you in the hospital for? I thought you had done what we had talked about. I didn't know you were in a hospital. Hi, Brandon. I'm sorry to hear that. I remember when I was in California, my aunt had a friend. It said they had a swimming pool. My uncle had a swimming pool. And we went to the neighbor, or her friend that had the pool, and said, welcome to our ool. Notice something is missing. Please keep it that way. Now, the rec center's got something in the water, and the YMCA, when a kid pees, the pee coming out turns blue. And it's meant to embarrass you so you won't pee in the pool. Because then all the other kids start to go, oh, you just peed, and it's embarrassing. You really shouldn't be in the pool, considering how many people go in there. That's good, Jacinta. How are you? Wow, Nate. I'm sorry to hear that. Nate, what do you mean complications? What happened if I could be so intrusive? You know, if you're in the ocean, that's one thing. But a public pool, come on. You got 30, 40 people going in there at a day, on any good day, and you had all them people peeing. That's a lot of piss. Man, Janelle, I thought we were done with that crap. I do not ever want to get that again. It sucked. There's some people that believe it's false. I told a woman at church today, I said, it ain't false, I had it. And I know it was COVID because I don't get that stuff. She re-clarified it. She goes, no, I'm not saying it didn't exist, but she said that was manufactured. I said, I believe that. You know, it's sad when you got people in the world that are trying to make something happen to stir up a problem. But I believe COVID was done on purpose. I think Fauci's guilty of something. I think that man needs to be sent to, the highest paid government position. Why? Jacinta, I'm glad you're back. Our government was in cahoots with China. I believe Fauci was involved in it. And I think it had everything to do with the election and the timing of the election. So did they tell you couldn't take the medications? Is that what caused the respiratory issues? See, here's something I thought of. I could be wrong. Okay, so COVID came out over there in Wuhan. And they immediately banned any flights from, they shut down all flights to the West Coast from China. Guess what the people in China did that were trying to get back to the US? They went through Europe and Italy, jumped across the Atlantic and came to New York. That's why it took off in New York. I'm not joking. People don't realize that. You should have shut all international flights right then and there. There was an American stuck in the Manila airport for months. They wouldn't let him leave. Hi, Jennifer. Nate, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're okay. They were supposed to shut everything down for 2 weeks. They didn't do it. And I knew something was up when they left Lowe's and Home Depot open. And nothing else. Wow, Nate. Nate, if you want to share the room, what happened so we can understand context. That's crazy. I'm glad you're all right. Hi, Gail. Gee, you're onto something. I'll never forget the clown in Canada, Justin Trudeau, as he smiles. This has been the Great Reset. The air's clean, nobody's driving, the animals are coming into the cities. Yeah, you little clown. And you're sitting on millions of dollars of cash. And Zuckerberg's sitting there with his Asian wife, and they're saying, just stay home. And they had all those little gay YouTube commercials. Just stay home. Yeah, you're all rich. You all got piles of money and you're still ordering from Amazon to deliver your door. Then you shut Jack down. They shut the restaurants down, the hair salons down, and the working people got kicked in the balls. That's a racket. They should have shut everything down. They should have, number one, no flight should have been, the minute that was realized, shut all the flights down. Shut them down. Boom, both coasts. Then, Then they should have shut everything down for 2 weeks. Warn you, go to the store, get your stuff. Get enough to last you 2 weeks. No, Nate, share with the room what you had told me. Not share the room. I didn't, you had told me to tell the room, and I said, I'll let you do that at your discretion. Bill Gates needs to be sent to the electric chair. That man has beliefs that are racist and evil. He's a eugenics man. He is no different than Adolf Hitler. No different. Got you. So Nate went to alcohol rehab. I didn't know this. He was struggling with some alcohol. And while he was in there, something happened. Whatever happened with that crazy Chinese scientist who got a home lab shut down for dangerous disease, and he got shut down in another state. I didn't know about that, Jacinta. You have to look at Fauci, though. Fauci conducted tests in Costa Rica and Puerto Rico on children down there. He should be charged with a crime right there. Guy who's evil, Paul Fauci. Every time I said his name, I said it on the Facebook videos. I said Paul Fauci. I can't. Or Anthony Fauci. Why am I calling him Paul? Anthony Fauci. He looked like a rat. He even had a meme floating around that made his face look like a rat face. And he's getting how much a year? And the CDC, they were part of it too. And that lame-brained woman that ran the CDC told them to destroy and kill all the chickens because a couple got that bird flu. And then our eggs went up to $8 a pop. Oh, thank you, Nate. I'm glad you're okay. I had no idea this was going on. I thought you were in the treatment, and I didn't say anything because, you know, I told you I was going to let you bring it to the attention of everybody. Oh, Danola. You relax. I hate to see you go, but rest. Just think, when we get to heaven, no more sickness, no more pains, no more viruses, no more taxes. Hi, Candy. Jennifer Watson, how are you? The original G. Not a replica, not a duplicate. The original, 100% authentic G. I thought you had improved, Enola. I'm sorry. That's good, Jennifer. Oh, that's cool. Congratulations, Grandma. What did I do now, rascal? Called me rascal. You know that's an offense in Augusta, Georgia. It's a $1,000 fine for calling somebody a rascal. You owe me a lot of money for all the times you said it. Yeah, sometimes sickness does that. I'm sorry, Danola. Lord, we pray for Danola and Nate both, that you put your hand on them. We pray for Nate that he recover from the issues with the treatment. We pray for Danola, whatever she's got going on, that you would help them to overcome the struggle. We pray for healing in their life. Pray that you bring peace to them. We just pray that you put your hand on all of us, God. And the devil's roaming and we're being under attack. And we just pray that you keep your hand on us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Lucky I don't live there. It doesn't matter. I'll take, what is it, Irish rubles? Rubles? That's Russian. Yes, I'll take some doubloons. What is the Irish money? Is it pounds or pence? Rubles. Irish rubles. If they're Irish rubles, we're in trouble. Russia got caught up in Ireland. Not good. Rubles. Irish yen? No, that's Japan, dum-dum. How about baht? Macau uses baht. I think they use baht in Thailand too. 5 baht. Oh, euros. Euros. You are so wrong. What is going on with this? All right, throw it out. Used up, baby. No more. All right, Nate, have a good evening and take care and rest. So what was the IRA fighting over, Jillian? I never understood the IRA. They were fighting even when I was in high school. Were they fighting against UK domination? Hello, Candy. I said hi. Where is my kisses? How old are you, Candy, and what state are you from? Ah, got you. Well, you know, I tell people here in Augusta, I say it to the community here all the time, especially when somebody makes a rude comment. I said, do you know anything about fighting Irish? You're 18 and you're from Montana? Okay then, I was in Montana. That's beautiful country. That's cool. I like Montana. It's pretty up there. I am 77 Titanic 77 on Discord. Send me an invite. But I tell people here I'm fighting Irish and they look at me like, huh? I said, do you know anything about the Irish? We don't mess with people. Ireland has a history of fighting each other. But we're tenacious. Hey, Adriana, how are you? Yeah, all the California transplants are trying to move to Montana and wreck it. I need to get a shirt. They got the Notre Dame guy fighting Irish. I told a black woman that. I came into the terminal after bus rush. She was not nice. I never did anything to her. She ran her mouth a lot. At the end of the day, I'm a mask like this. I wouldn't pull it over my nose because my glasses would slide down and they'd fog up. I'm like, I'm in my bus. I got the driver's windows open, you know, and we had to have masks. And I walk into the break room. She's 20 feet away from me. I walked the clock in and she said, boy, why are you not wearing your mask? I said, is that any of your concern? It's over my mouth. You're supposed to have it over your nose. I said, I never have it over my nose because I can't breathe through there and my glass fog up. And she said, you better put it on or I'll tear you up. I said, did you just threaten me? She puts her hand on, yeah, I did. I said, have you ever read about the Irish? No, I don't care to. I said, well, you better. We're called Fighting Irish for a reason. You touch me, it'll be the last time you do it. And I looked at her and I walked out the door. She just stood there like, what the hell? I figure if a woman wants to threaten and they want equality over here, I'll give them equality. You touch me, I'm going to flatten you. I'll pull hair, scratch, bite, and kick just like you. You want equality? I'll give it. What town, Candy, and what do you mean erased? Are you Native American? Well, you know what, G, I don't like that. I don't like being threatened because I'm not a threat. And I walked out the door and my supervisor came up, who was her cousin. I said, you want to get control of your relative? She goes, what happened? I said, she just threatened me. And I told her to her face. I said, you know about Fighting Irish? Because I said, if you touch me, it'll be the last time you do it. I'm sorry, Mr. Nelson. She walked in the room. She looked right at her. And that woman went, oh my gosh, and ran out the door. I said, wow, that was effective. She don't play with me, Mr. Nelson. She may be my relative, but she knows who rules the roost. Browning? No way. I ate at a cafe on Main Street in 2012 on my way back from Colville, Washington. I had come back from Hong Kong and I stopped at a diner downtown Browning. T-bone steak and eggs. $9, no tax. The waitress was nice. It was it was spring, but it felt like winter. Cold, partially overcast day, but that was a good breakfast. I don't remember the name of it. It was right down on the main street. It wasn't the interstate. I took the main highway, and the highway went right through town. Let me look at my atlas. lost my mind. Now, I don't normally misplace my stuff. I don't know where my atlas is. It's not in its usual spot. That's really strange. Really strange. Now that just blows my mind. I can be absent-minded, but not that bad. You need a water. Yeah, it's 7-7, Titanic 7-7. Now that's weird. Where is my atlas? That is weird. That ain't right. I found it. It was underneath the stupid box. Browning, where are we here? All right, Kalispell. Got to remember where Browning was. Where's Glacier? So I came through Glacier. There's Browning. That's White. It's all the way up north. It would be Highway 2. It was Highway 2, Candy. And it should run through downtown. Rascal. I'm never going to outlive that, am I? Daughter-in-law picked you up. Are you heavy? Are you heavy, Elizabeth? Are you easy to pick up? What's the name of it, Candy? Because I don't remember the name. I just saw the diner and I went in there. Teepees. Interesting. I know the waitress was real nice. That was back in 2012. It was a long time ago. Wow. That was 14 years ago. 14. Good food though. I love those diners the best. I don't like the interstate because you don't have the diners. You go through the highways of America and you get the personal, ma and pa owned restaurants. Yeah, I went to Custer's Battlefield. Now, where is Belgrade? There's Belgrade. I stayed the night in Belgrade. Your grandma owns it. That's cool. Original G, I guess I got no choice. You're just like me. You're stubborn. You're going to do what you're going to do. You know, they say that about the Irish. What is this that's getting all over the side over there? Now, I'm confused about that. Where's the cheese packet? Yep, Montana. I tell you what though, Candy, what is there for you to do in Browning? It's kind of a quiet little town. It's definitely got a western town feel. What do you do in Browning? What is there for you to do? Hey, you do too, Miss Redhead. We Irish are known to make people laugh. You know, it's been so long, I didn't realize Browning was so far north. That's not that far from Canada. I remember it was a windy, cold day when I went through there, and it would have been March. Or was it April? Maybe it was April. Or no, very end of March, because I left Hong Kong March 5th. I think I stayed in Colville for about 2 weeks, so it would have been March. Montana people were friendly to me. They were nice when I was traveling through. Belgrade. Ah, shit. I cannot do anything without making a damn mess. Stupid. Klutzy. Time to get a new scouting pad. This thing's about had it. Montana Sky Country. I don't think I've been called a rascal since I was a kid. That just blows me away. That's not true. You seem smart to me. Hi, Joe Finnerty. How are you? Hi, Jan. I'm glad you like it here. I do too. Isn't it lovely to chat away? I like being called cute. Yeah, it depends on who's calling me cute. What were you doing in Florida, G? Hi, Paul. Did you go with people? Did you go by yourself? Hi, Corned. How are you, Corned? Hi, Ricky. You doing okay? Brother from the South. Disney is crowded. And, you know, I grew up, G, in California. I went to Disneyland back in the old days. You had to buy tickets for the rides. Now it's a one price, and it's outrageous. Those parks are moneymakers, and they're crowded, and you got to wait forever to get in line. I have no desire to go to Disney World. I went to Disneyland growing up. Well, that's good, Corn. I'm glad that went good. Yeah, everything is politics, sadly. Me, I don't care for Florida. I spent 3 months down in Tampa. Doesn't matter. You go from one end of the state to the other, the scenery's all the dang same. That I don't like. Who won Australia, the U.S.? They played in Seattle, I was told. I know, Corn, that was a shock to me too. They claim there's Panthers down there. Oh no, I love the ocean. I like mountains, I like ocean. I like, my word, there's a few places I'd like to go. I'd like to go to the Faroe Islands. I'd like to go to Iceland. I would love to see Iceland. I'd love to see Ireland. I don't want to go to the UK. Just because it's been ruined. Oh, thank you, Jacinta. I appreciate that. I wanted to live in Alaska a long time ago, but it's too expensive. I couldn't afford to own my own house up there at all. Hey, Paul, did you have a good birthday? Jovan, probably not. I've had enough hot weather. I like the green scenery and the water. I said, wasn't it your birthday the other day? Jan, I lived in Colorado. I wasn't fond of the people out there. To be honest, I'm not fond of most of the people, most any place. Montanans were nice to me. Ohio's got good folks. Colorado's rude culture. You can't afford to live in the mountains up there. And that's good, Paul. So you're 4 hours. You're at 1:48 p.m., right, Jan? Jan, I don't blame you. But how are the people up there? There's not a lot of women, so how are you treated up there? Candy, you're so funny. How do I know you're not a guy? How do I know if you're a woman? So you are 4 hours behind me. I did not even realize that Alaska had another time zone beyond Pacific Standard. Hi, aviation. I don't like the politics in the UK. I don't like what they've done by this immigration thing. Well, that was fast. See, I learned something today by Original G. I should have known why it was called the UK. I thought Scotland had its own government and Ireland had its own. I didn't realize it was split in two. You'd think I would have known that. I'll be right back. The bathroom is calling my name. Wales, I forgot about Wales. Aviation, I'm good, thank you. No, sir, European, I went to the potty. Candy, what is there to do in Browning? Do you have a job? What do you do there? Hi, Mr. Russell. Really? So you worked at the diner? It's either Highway 2 or 89. One of those. What was I going to say? Jim Russell, do you know a Jody? A red-haired girl. She came in my stream and said she knows you. You guys are buddies on Facebook. You all went to school way back. She's in Texas now. But she mentioned you in a comment one day if I knew you by name. Highway 2, gotcha, okay. Man, it was a long time ago. I went through there 14 years ago. All I did was stop and eat breakfast. TP sounds familiar. It was a good restaurant. And if I remember right, it had old brown weathered wood on the front. Didn't it? Yeah, Jody. Yeah, it had like old, weathered wood on the front outside of the restaurant. Yeah, it's been a while. And I remember the highway takes a sharp turn, kind of curves through town, and then you run into 89 or whatever. European, this is Highway 2 that runs from Montana all the way to northern Minnesota and into Wisconsin. This highway goes all the way across the north. It actually goes all the way into Duluth. It continues on across the top of Wisconsin and goes across the bottom of the Upper Peninsula, and then it dead ends at Mackinac City. I like Highway 2. It's pretty. It's off the beaten path. So you do a photography business. What kind of photography, Candy? Jim, and I came through there I picked up Highway 2 right at Bonner's Ferry. Idaho. Took it all the way to Browning. I'm trying to remember, did I take Shelby? Let me look. Did I go to Shelby and then drop down to Interstate 15? I gotta look. It's been so long, I don't remember all the route. Yeah, I think I went through Cut Bank. Yeah, I took it to 15 at Shelby and jumped on the interstate and cruised down all the way to 90, stayed the night in Belgrade. And then I went to Little Bighorn where Custer's Last Stance was. And from there I went all the way down to Casper and stayed the night in Casper. I did not like Casper, Wyoming. and 61% humidity. Belgrade, I stayed at the Super 8, and I ate at the big truck stop there. Nice waitress, nice people. I'm not uncomfortable in truck stops at all. Candy, Jim Russell lives in Polson, Montana. Yep, I went through Libby. Came straight through Kalispell. Columbia Falls. I was originally headed for Williston. I heard news about the oil and I thought I could get a job making fat money. And then as I kept going across, people said in Montana, it's all smoke and mirrors, no real estate. And Candy, welcome to the chat. I hope you come back. And Luke, how's the weather where you're at? What state are you in again, Luke? Libby, Montana. They actually have Libby's brand of foods. Good old Browning. You know, I forget too. I look at this again and you're far up there, man. No, actually, you're further south of Highway 2. I forgot. I didn't realize Highway 2 really does a hell of a jog. Goes south and all the way back up north. Skirts the edge of Glacier. I remember going through Cut Bank. Yeah, I was telling Candy, she lives in Browning and her grandma owns the diner that I ate at. You're in Kalispell, what are you doing right there? Ah. That's right, Cedric, the Great Hall of Faith chapter. What is the, what keeps Browning going? If I remember, I went through, it was spring, but it felt like winter. Oh, you're making clothes for a shop? That's cool, Candy. What is Browning's economy consist of? It seemed like a cattle ranching town. There was still snow on the ground. It was cold. I came through there the tail end of March. Well, yeah, because you're right at the foot of the Rockies and the plains. There's what is that, Candy? There's a lot of farmer. Okay, got it. I don't know if I could handle the harsh winters, but after living down here, could I live in northern Montana? It depends. Hi, Steve. How are you? That's good. Yeah, Glacier is beautiful. Well, Steve, I'm not a fan of that, but thank you for your honesty. The winters aren't that bad because there's hot springs. Linda, where are you at? Hi, Cheryl. Hold on, stop the bus. Cheryl's getting on, folks. Stop the bus. You know what it is, Jim? I found out. We're having an El Nino year. That's throwing everything out of whack. That's why March we were dry and June we got tons. Yeah, it turned summer today. No, we're talking about when I was in Montana in 2012, coming down to Colorado. I came through there in March and it felt like winter still. It was snowing when I came through Glacier on Highway 2. That's when the snowplow backed into my Ford and wrecked the front end. Crazy. June 21st. Oh, you lived in Bozeman. Where do they got hot springs in Montana? I didn't know they had hot springs. I would love to live in a town that has hot springs that don't charge me to go set in them. I'll find me a pretty Montana woman. We'll sit down in that hot water and huggy, huggy, huggy with the snow falling. You know what, Steve? You're right. It's sad, but you're right. Yeah, well, summer in Augusta started months ago, but that's beside the point. See, in Montana, the winters last ever and the summers are long here. "364 days. Pretty is the catch." Yes. Yes, European. Pretty with personality. She's got personality, sweet personality. Where? Where, Russell? In Montana? There's Hot Springs, Arkansas. I was there in 2020 on my way out here, or 2019, excuse me. I stayed the night at the Arlington Hotel. Al Capone and his men stayed there back in the day. When I came into Montana, 2008, I came through Glendive, way on the east, and took 94 all the way through Billings. I think I stayed the night in Bozeman on the way to Colville back then. Layla? Oh, that's cool. I like the name Layla. I did not know that, Lindemann. I did not know that. I think I stopped in Billings. I went to the grocery store. I think I grabbed some, what did I grab? A piece of fish. And I pulled my truck. I'm trying to remember, was it Billings? I pulled my truck and fixed myself some dinner off my camp stove out of the back. And then I stayed the night in Bozeman. Or was it Livingston? I stayed at a motel. Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth, absolutely. Never been to Alaska. Derek and the Dominoes. Layla from Montana. Role play? What do you mean role play? Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Can't be R-rated. Livingston is sweet. I took a church group. I stayed in Anaconda. We came back from good old Idaho. Where's Anaconda? We came out of Yellowstone. Now, where's Anaconda? There it is. We stayed at a National Forest campground outside of Anaconda for the night. That was cool. Michael Ja. Goodfellas. I've heard of that. Greener Rita Joa Dania. What is all that? This was part of a camisole, and I cut it in half. I still have the over-the-shoulder part, so I got 2 for 1. Thank you, Candy. I love the color, too. Grina, Reda, Joa, Danea. Almost sounds like Italiano. Hey, Jim, are you still in the house? Do I have the kisses? Do I need to put my lipstick on, Cheryl? Please. Really? All right, hold on. Lipstick time. Why do I do this? Because I'm weird. Mr. Russell must have split on me. Ah, Linda, sorry you didn't get me in time. Hey, Steve, have a good one. Be safe. I did not know there were hot springs in Montana. Candy, did you see me do that the other day? There you go. I'm actually going to go soon. What is Gurna Opanoa? What is all that? Cheryl, what is all that? And what state are you in? Boy, I could almost make blush out of this. That's wild. Where do you live, Cheryl? What country? Hello, Carol. How are you? Oh, Canada. That's right. You said that. You're not French Canadian, are you? The only word I know in French is oui. Wow, that's overage. You guys are making me be naughty. Sucky but surviving. Hello, anxiously. How are you? Look at this. What a mess. Why do you like it, Candy? Tell me. Little heartaches, I do this sometimes. People get easily amused. Cheryl, I do not know what you don't speak foreign language. What is going on? Your keys are trans. What about my smile? Did I smear too much? Oh, the spamming. Got you. I thought you were talking about me. Hey, thank you, Blondie. How are you? Anxiously, thank you. Shoot, the other day I kissed myself profusely. I thought it was funny. I did it live. No chat. I tell you what, this stuff is hard to put on. I don't know, it sounds stupid, but it turns me on. Kind of weird. It is a bit smeared, I agree, but what the heck, Luke? That's what happens when you kiss too much. No kiss on the first date. Do you, Candy? Even all the way up there in Montana. Now that shocks me. I figured if I did this in Montana, they'd take me out back and whoop my butt. Walk into your grandma's diner down there at Teepees and Browning, and they go, what the heck? That's okay. I can look like a cheap date. Hey, Terry, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, Jacinta, come here. I'll do butterfly kisses right on your nose. But then you'll have red stuff all over it. I'm good. Does it? Welcome to Mike's Naughty Chat. Crazy. It's hard. I can't reach my head down there. What is this 6'7", Cheryl? How old are you, Cheryl? That 6'7" is kid stuff. Oh, how'd the wedding go, Terry? Anxiously, what state are you from? How old are you? Got you. You're 65. Wow. Not all the time, little. Most time I'm on a rant with the chat off. Sometimes I clown. 51 North Carolina. Oh, 65 is a meme. My papa is 66. So what's 6'7"? The kids were doing that a while ago, and I'd kick them out of here because it made no sense. I said, the next one says 67, you're going to get 86. I do like this color on me. I do. I wish I had a job where I could dress this way, be in an environment where it's comfortable. See, I could make my own tattoos and they wash off. You don't think anybody knows what it means? I should try coral. I want to get pink. Yes, it matches the top. I like that. It's a kid thing. Hi, G. Got you, no one. You know, they said it didn't mean anything. I've heard different things. Billie Jean is not my lover. Should I get a job at Nordstrom? I don't think they'd hire a man, though. Jacinta, all the ladies are enjoying this. All right, you guys are encouraging me. You guys are bad influence. I got to get more lipstick. I tell you, this has lasted, though. It is fun. I'm in Georgia. Yeah, but if I was wearing women's clothes, would they hire me? I'm a star. I don't have bright red. I have the darker stuff. This color, and then I bought the pink lip gloss. I'm not impressed with that, no. Men help men in the men's department. Yeah, but would they hire me wearing women's clothing? Yeah, Luke. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl. Remember, I am the one. But the kid is not my son. Blondie, really? Are you fairer than I am? I got a lot of red complexion. It's hard to be serious when I'm doing this. It's so silly. It is a good song. I like the beat to it. Really. So everybody want to see outside. Look at that. See? Everybody getting aroused and no nudity. Isn't that awesome? Clean turn-ons. We like that. It is hot out here. Look, there's a thundercloud sitting there looming behind the tree. I feel like a leopard. It's too bad I can't get it all down my arms, shoulders, and neck. I could look like an ocelot. You freckle easy? Wow. Covered in kisses. It was, Terry. What state are you in, Terry? I wear my straw hat like an old lady. When I took care of the estate in Colorado, the lady of the house wore a straw hat out in the garden. So funny. Look at that. I got lipstick all over my chin. Woo, I made a mess of myself. Looked like I had a mad, passionate night with a hot girl. Not tea. Got to show you this. I had this in my drawer, and I folded it over, and I love this. It's a lace. I made a drape, and it's nice because it mutes mutes the light, and it cuts down on the sunlight coming in the morning, but it still gives me light for the hall. I love that. I like it muted like that. I like that. Oh, really, Terry? Can I show you words? I lived in Lakewood for 7 years, and then I came out here in 2019, bought the house in 2020. What'd you think of Castle Rock? You know, I wasn't wild about it. It's pretty out there. My chain is hanging up. Ella J, where is that? Yeah, European. I'd have to raise it up because that backyard floods. We'd have to pour about an 8-inch slab above ground. Roblox. You like it, Candy? Well, thank you. Near the North Carolina border. Okay. So is that where you live, Terry? Or you live in Florida? Well, I don't know what you mean. You'll have to tell me. Oh, man, I just biffed. Well, I need to clean this up. I look like a mess. I did a rant the other day to tick off the trolls. Too bad I can't kiss my own belly button into my chest. That'd be really entertaining. There, isn't that cute? People come on here and go, what the heck is going on here? Love you too, Candy. Thanks for coming in. You have a good evening up there in North Montana. Terry, they need to be careful. There's no right for anybody to do that. And I'm not going to accept those people doing that. I don't play video games, Cheryl. Cheryl, how old are you? That's right, Terry. Hold on, I gotta fix this, man. It looks like I just ran into the makeup. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. What's lol cow status? I don't know where Ackworth is. I never heard of it. Is that a ball in the basket? What are you talking about? There's no ball in here. There is in my room. Squeezy ball. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. I want to be with you night and day. I don't play Roblox. Cheryl, you're a kid. What are you doing in here? Roblox is for children. What is it, Blondie? Explain it the best way you can. What yellow thing are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder because there's stuff that's not making sense. She joined 4 years ago. I want to be number one. I'm looking at past channels. Yeah, but Cheryl, I don't think you're an adult. No, that's the waste basket. That's my juice bottle. I finished my juicy juice and threw the bottle away. Women notice everything. Yes. Usually fake accounts. Yep. Oof. 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 It's gonna take me a lot to take me away from you. So what is lol cow status? Oh, the one who's trolled me for 11 years has been doing that regularly. Can I run a mile on the sidewalk? Yeah, I'm sure I can. I broke the school record for the 2 mile. Okay, so what about toilet seat guy or ice cream man? Where would you put him? Because he was running quite a stick there with the toilet seat. Gossip, yes. Blondie, I thought about getting one because I saw a YouTube commercial and they work pretty good. Smother. That way you don't have to spray all that crap all over everything. Because that makes a mess. If I got to pull the handle on that, it just goes everywhere. Cheryl, I need the truth. How old are you? Because you're about to get booted. We don't do kids in here. I'll hate you, but this is for adults. Hi, Cinnamon. How are you? You don't know? All right. Well, I hate to do this to you, but If you can't tell me your age, and you don't belong in here. I can deal with 25. If you're an adult, we're good. But kids, no. We got to draw the line. Every time I sign into my lives, it's you have a choice. Made for kids, not made for kids. I always put not. But they can use a fake and lie about their age on YouTube. There's no... See, other countries are making you produce an ID now. See, Terry, I was wrong. I thought Roblox was for little kids. When I drove the school bus, the grade school kids were playing it. Fortnite, Roblox was more early middle school down to little kids. And then you got the high school kids are playing the heavier duty stuff. Blondie, do you remember when they did Pokemon Go? And they were sending them out in the outdoor and they were walking up into people's property? I mean, people almost got killed. I'm like, who came up with that idea? You got kids walking in the neighborhoods. It's dangerous. Dangerous. Does it really, Cinnamon? Now that's funny. I've seen the Ken dolls, but I didn't know they look like me. Here, we'll do a Billy Idol look. Dancing with myself. Oh. That's funny. Look at this. That's great. There we go, folks. Back to the 80s. I know. Your mama cut you smoking it. She said, no way. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Really anxiously, that's funny. Man, I came out of the shower in Colorado and did one of my lives. They're not live, but a YouTube video, and I had my hair all standing up like this, and people were laughing. They thought it was so funny. Nice afro. You know, if you can use it for something good, that's awesome. I stopped the video games in the 80s when I was at, they had the arcades and stuff. Cinnamon, you didn't tell me it was your birthday. We always sing happy birthday to our fans. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cinnamon. Happy birthday to you. And many more. I hope it was a good one. 4 screens, wow. I do too, European. I used to like Galaga/Galaxy, and when you got the double fighters, you can wipe out everything. You turned 51, anxiously, you should have said something. Hey, I'm all right, Matthew. How are you? Yeah, they celebrate it down here. Our workplace doesn't close. I went to work and I'm like, wow, nobody's on the highway. Oh yeah, it's Juneteenth. I missed it. You didn't tell me. That's good, Matthew. I'm glad to hear that. We got to have a good day every so often, Oh, yeah. Termites are a problem out here. They got in that back room before I bought this house. I had to gut it. And they've been trying to get in there they got in there again. And then I had Terminix put the stakes out. Insurance does not cover termites. But Terminix told me new or pre-existing damage, if they find termites, they cover that. So we'll see. Carpenter ants, they were a problem in Colorado. They don't get into new wood, but they get into old stuff and they start eating it up. They started getting the elm trees. Cinnamon, I hear you. Bubba, well, you're in Arizona. Do they even have termites in Arizona? I think it's too hot and dry for that. Yeah, happy Father's Day to the other dads out there. They do, cinnamon or ocelot. I kind of like it, actually. Terry, thanks for coming in. You have a good evening and a good rest of the weekend. You're kidding, Blondie. I've heard of insurance companies doing that. Oh, Matthew's getting on the grill, baby. I'm going to get off here, guys. I'm going to relax a little bit before I call it a night. Back to the grind tomorrow. Blondie, what state are you in again? Pennsylvania? You too, no one. Appreciate you. Geico's umbrella. They do that in Colorado, Virginia. Yeah, I've heard of that. They do that in Colorado if they have a hailstorm. They'll replace the roof and the skylights and broken windows. And then they drop you. As if that's the homeowner's fault. Bubba, thank you, and likewise. Glad you can be honest. So many people play a fake act, and I'm not into that. You have a good night. All of you have a good night. I'm going to chuck out of here, but you guys have a good one, and thanks for coming. Everybody be safe, stay cool. Drink lots of water. You too, Jacinta, thanks for coming. Anxiously European. That just blows me away that they drop people. That's crazy. All right, you guys, take care.